There it is. John's been harassed now also. Listen, we don't even need to click on officially harassed. You guys got her contact info. Jane, harassed. You got her email, guys. Harass her. John, there it is. John's been harassed now also. Listen, we don't even need to click on them. They've got their phone numbers up there. I'm harassing 8 people at the same time. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, guys, I got such a great idea. Let's see how many I can harass at once. Holy shit, guys. Can you still see? Can you still see the phone numbers in the emails? Look, Stacy Jane.
This may seem silly to you guys, but let me explain. First of all, well, let the guy who arrested Lane Myers explain one thing real quick.
I had probable cause that a man dressed like you, wearing this shirt, who looks like you, drove away in this vehicle after committing a disorderly conduct crime.
Are you going to be able to testify under oath for that?
Yes.
My wife's an attorney for the federal government.
No, she's not. She's a law clerk. I looked her up. The Googler is actually pretty fascinating.
Hey, you looked her up?
The Googler, yeah.
What lawful reason did you have to look her up?
Listen to his answer here, because it's very important, this is very important to the case, to all the cases, to every case.
It's open source information. I'm allowed to type somebody's name into Google.
So
It's open source information. I'm allowed to type somebody's name into Google.
So you ran her plate and then Googled her?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with. Now, this is before any of the injunctions or any of that crap, right? This is the arrest for the O'Reilly's thing, right? So this cop did the same thing Lane is doing to him before any of this. Now, fast forward to October 9th, whenever this injunction happened. Listen to what she says.
My colleagues are in fear that this person is going to come over because we've had to connect the University of Arizona Police Department and our threat management team who has been following this gentleman. So Arizona Police Department and our threat management team who has been following this gentleman.
So after he gets arrested, he leaves her a voicemail, and now the University of Arizona Police Department, and she says, our threat management team.
Arizona Police Department and our threat management team who has been following this gentleman.
Like her personal threat management team. She's just a random person, right? She has nothing to do with, with any, come on. Now, supposedly until this judge finds the events harassing or to be harassment, he's not harassing anybody. Why does he have a threat management and harass team following him for harassment if it's not been deemed harassing yet? And what happens when Lane tries to get an injunction against that?
Okay? No worries.
All right, we are on the record in C-2024-6229, Lane Myers versus David Hill. Plaintiff Lane Myers is present, appearing via telephone. Defendant David Hill is not present and has not been given notice of today's hearing. Sir, I'm going to swear you in. Could you please stand up and raise your right hand for me?
Sure thing, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, but it suddenly became much harder to hear you. I do swear that. I do agree to the oath that you just swore. Yes, I agree to that, but it did become significantly harder to hear you.
So that was my clerk, and she was swearing you in from a different microphone.
My bad.
Remember what she says here about the clerk swearing in from a different microphone after she says, let me swear you in. Because I have a theory about that, and just remember that part.
You hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So hopefully you won't. If you have any difficulty hearing, just let me know. Okay?
No, that makes sense. That's what I mean. It suddenly sounded way far away.
Yeah. All right. Can you please state your name and date of birth for me?
My name's Lane Jeffrey Myers, Lane, and then Jeffrey, and then Myers, Myers. A lot of people put Me. But no, it's 10/15/82, October 15th, 1982.
Okay. And you're requesting an injunction against harassment against David Hill. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And what's your relationship with Mr. Hill?
That's what I was gonna say. Is all right. I kind of got so I don't have one. He just keeps calling me and bothering me. Okay, and so this is amidst of a giant. And this is in the middle of a bigger legal war between the city of Tucson and I. They're harassing me. They're saying I'm harassing them. So now they're having their police department harass me for like. And so for me, ma'am, you're a judge, and the reason I came to Superior Court is because I'm having so many issues with city court and justice court. I got arrested for booing at the city council meeting, and I'm on my 7th judge, 3rd court, 2nd trial date, unlawfully vacated under Rule 8.5. I don't want to get into all that. That's legal stuff. But I'm saying, so I'm having difficulties with the court over there. It's now led to me going down to the court and trying to do records requests, getting banned from coming to city court without an appointment. It's all about big dog and pony show because I filed a federal lawsuit against the city. So now what they have this Sergeant David Hill guy constantly calling me saying that he wants to meet and talk to me, and I'm saying I don't want to talk to you. And ma'am, as a judge, if the law enforcement has a legal reason, a valid reason, probable cause, they don't need my permission to talk to me. They don't need my permission to come meet with them. They don't need my permission to decide, hey, and then when I tell them stop calling me, that legally, like if you walk away from a police officer on the street, I have no reasonable suspicion to talk to him. So when he calls me, it becomes a detainment because if I answer. And so it's like, well, I don't have to answer, but he keeps calling, and then I left him a message, leave me alone. So I went to the FBI, and they're like, well, yeah, he just wants to give you papers. And they said it's an injunction for harassment. Well, I said, well, who's it against? And they said, well, we don't know. And so here's the thing, ma'am. You obviously do these, right? And so when there's an injunction for harassment, you have it served. You don't call somebody for a week saying, in my experience, and I've never had one until a couple of days ago, they put one against me, I believe unlawfully, and that's why I got to do it now because it says you can put one against them too. And so I believe that they got one unlawfully because they didn't meet the harassment standard. They used things from 2 years ago, all this stuff. And so now they're saying that they're trying to put an injunction harass me, and I'm saying, well, who is it? Well, the issue, ma'am, what they want me to do is they want to say they have an injunction harassment against me, not serve it to me in the hope that I will come in contact with the person whose name is on there who they won't tell me who it is. So then they can say that I'm still harassing that person. Well, the FBI said, well, they can't get you in trouble.
I need to focus you because I have to focus to just what's on your petition here.
Right. I want that guy I don't want him to ever contact me again without a lawful reason.
Sir, hold on. I am a little concerned because both of your instances mention service of an injunction against harassment, and that is a lawful basis. That's a reasonable basis for them to be in contact with you.
No, it's not, ma'am. You're wrong. I'm an attorney.
I can't issue an order if they're doing their job.
Like she said, if they're doing their job, that she can't issue an injunction against harassment. Well, the original injunction against harassment, at the end of that conversation, the judge says this.
Harassment and the pleadings, the court finds reasonable cause to believe the defendant has harassed it by committing one or more acts of harassment, and therefore it's ordered granting the injunction against harassment.
Watch her mistakenly, how quickly she forgets the injunction against harassment and calls it an order of protection.
And orders that the defendant will have no contact with the plaintiff, with the protected persons listed in the injunction against harassment, or with the protected locations. The court further orders regarding this order of protection. A constable will not serve this for you. So it will go into effect when he is served, but you are going to need to personally have that served on him, either hire a process server, take it through the sheriff, whichever you fit. Obviously, you're not going to hand it to him yourself. Right. But, it's important, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know.
Okay, this is straight from the court's recording. The very first thing that they do is put her under oath, right?
Okay, this is case C-2024-6055. The plaintiff is Shannon Walker and the defendant is Lane Myers. Ms. Walker, this is a time and place set to hear an injunction against harassment. Ms. Walker, could you please stand and raise your right hand? My clerk's going to swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Now, fast forward to here.
So, thank you. First off, can you state your first and last name for the record and spell them, please?
But my people I work with, and, you know, obviously we have our personal relationship. I don't have anything to do with this, so I don't know why this is even happening.
Well, I'm very sorry that is going on.
Not your fault, but I appreciate that.
Yes, it's difficult. So I am going to go ahead and grant the injunction against harassment. I do need to get some statements from you under oath. Now,
What do you mean statements under oath? You put her under oath just whatever it was 30 minutes ago, right? Why would she say that then? I don't think this is recorded in the order that it
obviously,
shows.
to grant an injunction of harassment, there needs to be a series of events. And